So now what I want to show you is how to get started creating a class on Khan Academy. So we're going to look at the teacher experience. So if you look here on the left side of your screen, you see a getting started coach checklist. And we have creating an account and creating a class and adding a student to a class. And we've actually already tried this one already, which is try the student experience. There's some tips for using Khan Academy and then getting your students to log in. So what I want to show you is how to create your first class on Khan Academy. So we're already here. This is my teaching dashboard. The students have their learning dashboard, and you have a teaching dashboard that has all your classes categorized on there and has where you can go in and look at your different student data, which we'll do in another video. But all I'm going to do is click on Create My Class. So I click on Create My Class, and I'm going to have a class name. So we'll call this class our Khan Academy sample. And you might want to call it a distance ed class, or your Monday, Wednesday fast track class or something like that. But this will just be our sample class, and I'll create my class. So what Khan Academy will do is it's just going to come up with a class, and it's going to have a class code on there. And here's my class code up here. It says DGFSTR. It's a six. It's normally numbers and letters, and there's 6 different digits there. And that's my class code right there. That's really important later on whenever you have a student who already has an account and needs to get into your class. They'll have to put in this class code later. So that's an important thing to know. And luckily, it's always going to be right there. You don't have to memorize it. It'll always be right there for you. But if you're ever looking for it, that's where it is the class code. So I don't have any students in my class yet, and so all I want to do, I've got a class created, and what I want to do is add students to the class. And there's a few different ways you can actually go about doing this. The first thing you can do is if a student already has an email address or a Khan Academy account attached to an email address, you can actually just type in their email. So I could type in my own email address, and I can invite myself to my class if I wanted to do that. And then all I would do is go into my email and follow the link, and then I would be in the class. I don't recommend doing that with the students, though. What I normally do is I create an account specifically for my own students, and it's really simple. So down at the bottom where it says create accounts for your students without email, I'm just going to click on the link to create account, and I just have to type in a little bit of data. So I need the student's username, which you can make that username anything that you want to make it. Again, as long as it's unique. It has to be completely unique. That means nobody else on Khan Academy has that username. So for this student's username, we'll choose Adam Sones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what I normally do is I always start it out with SEC because I'm at the Southeast campus. So I say SEC, and then I'll do the student's username or their first name and then their last name, just so I can kind of keep everything sorted into my head. And so then you choose a password, and the password has to have numbers and letters. So we'll make it SEC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very simple. I think it only has to be 8 letters. I don't think there has to be capital letters or anything like that either. It's pretty simple. So then we have to choose male or female. I'm a male, and again, we'll have to choose a birth date. So we'll be April the 10th, and we'll say 1983. The reason that it makes you do that is if your student is 13 or under, which we don't have to really worry about any of that, then you'll have to have a parent's email address. So we'll create their account, and then all we have to do is hit Create Student. And what that'll do is create the student. It'll make that account active, and so that's the new account. It's SEC Adam Sones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and my password is SEC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I always give the same password to all the students, and they don't really have to change it unless they really just want to, because there's no sensitive data on there. It's not tied to your, it doesn't have to be tied to your email address or anything like that. And that way, if the students, and I say when the students forget their passwords, you'll be able to help them with that and log back on. So if we want to, we can create another student account here. But for this, I'm just going to click on Done. So we can click and add as many students as we want to our Khan Academy sample class, and it will list them right here. Right here, so we'll have all of our accounts here. So what I can do after I create this is I can look at tons of different data about all of these students.